I'm Julie Miro with the 9th Annual Kambuster Prairie Thunder Drag Races. If you didn't make it out to the Yorkton Airport for all the rip-roar and engine-revving burnout action, well, you're in luck, because I'm about to take you for a closer look into the 2012 Prairie Thunder Drags.
It took a lot of talking and wheeling and dealing with the airport guys to be able to come out here and shut the runway down to allow us to come out. And of course, we've done improvements to the runway here. We actually paved it a few years ago. We've been paying that off, and that's an improvement that everybody gets to use.
We set up a timing system, and it's measured out at 8th mile. And better race, we do have to run it through a tech inspection, which makes sure it's safe for the driver and for us and for everybody. And if it passes that, then we can race.
Yeah, we adhere to the NHRA and IHRA rules as a guideline, and it's pretty much standard all the way across the board. So it's safety is always first. Seat belts, make sure all the lug nuts on, make sure the car itself is safe, just to be able to run down the track. And then of course, the faster you go, the more safety rules come into effect. We do have one track rule is everybody wears a helmet. And then if you run nitrous, you got to have a fire suit, a fire jacket. And then of course, any faster, you got to have roll cages and roll bars. So it just bumps up every time you go a little faster.
Our first year we started here, we had 2 cars running the 6s in the 6-second range. Now we have about 40 cars that run in the 6s, about probably 10 cars running the 5s, and 4 cars running the 4s. So it's got so much faster since we started.
We get people from Manitoba, Saskatchewan, of course, Alberta, and BC. It's right across Canada. It's excellent.
So what makes Prairie Thunder Drag Races so excellent? Well, the event wouldn't exist if it weren't for all those crazy speed demons out there. Take Wade Bullich, for example. This Regina racer has sunk almost 30 grand into his car. In the 12 years he's been racing, Bullich has never missed Yorkton Drags.
It's a 87 Monte Carlo, I guess what's left of it. It's got a 509 in it, and it has 1 stage of nitrous on it, on a timer. It runs low 8s. When I got it, the car was basically a rust bucket. Yeah. And I guess, I don't know, I think for my first car that I built, I think it turned out not too bad.
Isn't there an old saying that goes, anything boys can do, girls can do better? Well, maybe not better, but Leanne Marin from Saskatoon can sure hold her own on the track.
The whole mentality is different, and you can see it changing actually every year. A lot of people are very accepting and very pumped that women drive. I just was given the opportunity to get in one day, and I never got out. So it's the body of a 79 Chevy Malibu. It's been stripped and completely purpose-built as a drag car only. I run a 421 Chevy small block, 2-speed power glide transmission. I guess I've got G-force racing belts and safety gear, Mickey Thompson drag tires, Ford 9-inch differential. It's really nothing special, just a lot of fun.
There were 6 classes at the event: Trophy, Pro Street, Mod ET, Super Comp, Bikes, and Junior. But one of the hottest attractions this year was the alcohol funny cars. Sherry Bodnerchuk from Grandora says her need for speed couldn't be satisfied with any ordinary race car.
Wanted to go faster, so we had a Camaro, then we had an Altered, and I said, well, they said, well, if you want to go faster, then we'll get something that's a show car, and so we got the alcohol funny car.
Bodnerchuk was not only making her mark as a female competitor, but she was breaking track records.
I'm doing pretty good today. I hold the track record, so. We ran a 4.60, so I'll take it.
In her next race, Bodnar-Chuck broke the track record again with a time of 4.55 seconds in an eighth of a mile. It was Edmonton racer Cody Anstead's first time at the drags in Yorkton. He gave the crowd something to cheer about with his two-seat dragster and alcohol funny car. Unfortunately, not everything always goes according to plan.
We had a little bit of an issue. Got a bit of a bounce on the track. Car came off the ground and actually blew up one of our fire extinguisher bottles. So car got covered in fire extinguisher fluid. We're going to be done with the funny car, but what we're going to do is we're going to have a little grudge match between myself and Daryl Webb. So I'll take him on in the two-seater against this funny car and see what happens.
As you can see, a lot of time and money is sunk into these racers, and it's often just a hobby. So I wanted to know, why do it?
It's a feeling of complete rush and complete adrenaline. It's like nothing you can compare it to. It's absolutely fantastic.
It's like going on the wildest roller coaster you've ever been on, but you're actually controlling it.
There's no way to describe when you're in a race car, when you're on the burnout box, and you feel the horsepower and the acceleration is second to none.
There's always the rush of racing, the love of cars, meeting different people. There are always good racers to meet, and you always have a lot of fun no matter where you go.
There's a lot of adrenaline that takes place. There's no doubt it's just like totally different from being on the street.
Your heart's pumping and you get the speed going. It's a good way to travel.
It's just one of those things. Some people play golf, some people play football, and we drag race.
Don't knock it till you try it, right? So naturally, I had to try it. At the end of the day, it seemed everyone was pleased with the annual Kambuster Drag races.
It'd be a great place to build a track, I think, because these guys definitely put on a good show for having to set up at an airport, and like nobody else even comes close.
I think it's great. It's super laid back. It's fantastic. Everyone here is so nice and so welcoming. They'll do whatever they need to help you out. And I have no worries at all when I come here. It's just such a relaxed atmosphere.
It's been great. The Saskatchewan fans are always awesome, very welcoming, and huge drag racing fans, so we love coming out here.
We really like coming to it. It's well organized. The guys from Kambusters are a lot of fun. They know their stuff because they're racers as well. So they think they have it organized, and we really enjoy it.
Things are fun here. That's the biggest thing that I can say is the fun factors. A lot more here than it is other places.
We're a little less formal than some other tracks. We still adhere to all the safety rules, but we started this whole event in the name of fun.
Well, that wraps up this year's edition to Kambuster's Prairie Thunder Drag Racing. I'm Julie Miro. Stick around. We'll have more action in a minute.